if you are looking for some support for current affairs, if you are a fresher, you are a working professional, you are a repeater, but you want some support for current affairs, then I have a program for you. I have given the brochure and also the announcement video link in the description. You can watch if you are interested. Right, class starts from 14th of February. Welcome back to Current Affairs Set List series. I'm Guna Mathivanan from Offices IAS Academy. Friends, you know, as the part of the Current Affairs Set List series, I'm doing the budget basic topics. So please watch the previous budget basics topics to understand the topic which we are going to discuss in today's video. So in today's video, I am going to explain about effective revenue deficit. Effective revenue deficit. See, I have explained about fiscal deficit, revenue deficit, budget deficit in previous video. Please watch all the budget basics video to have complete clarity, and particularly watch the previous video to understand what is the effective revenue deficit. Very easy. So before understanding effective revenue deficit, what is revenue deficit? So revenue deficit is my revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt. So under revenue expenditure, we know all one-way expenditure is revenue expenditure. So what all will come under revenue expenditure? Let us say paying salary, paying subsidies, paying interest payments, grants given, right? All these come under revenue expenditure. So let us give a number. Salary, let us say government is spending 1 lakh crore for giving salaries, 1 lakh crore for giving subsidies, 1 lakh crore for interest payments. Let's say 3 lakh crores for grants given. See, these numbers I am taking for the sake of understanding, okay? What is my revenue receipt? Let's assume my revenue receipt in total is 2 lakh crores. So government is getting 2 lakh crores of revenue receipt, and government has 6 lakh crores of revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure is 6 lakh crores. Revenue receipt is 2 lakh crores. Now what is my revenue deficit? So my revenue deficit is going to be 6 lakh crores minus 2 lakh crores. That is going to be 4 lakh crores. So when we look at this number, you will feel defeated. What is this? What is this 4 lakh crores of revenue deficit? That is huge, right? Because see, you take Guna's case. My revenue receipt means what I earn, my income. I am earning 1 lakh rupees, assume, per month. What is my revenue expenditure for Guna? What is my revenue expenditure? Paying rent, paying EV bill, paying mobile data bill, paying grocery bill, right? If my salary is not sufficient to pay my rent, if my salary is not sufficient to pay my EB bill, if my salary is not sufficient to pay my mobile data bill, that is not correct. That is not fair. That is not good performance. Similarly, for government also, there should not be revenue deficit. Revenue deficit should not be there. A government should not have revenue deficit. But unfortunately, year after year, the governments are having revenue deficit. So for paying salary, government is having shortage. For paying subsidies, government is having shortage. For paying interest, government is having shortage. For giving grants, government is having shortage. There is a lot of shortages. Right? So if you look at the numbers, here I have taken some random number. But if you look at the original number, if you take the original number, so this is the 2024-2025 budget data. If you look at the revenue deficit is 6.5 lakh crores. At least in my example, I said we have a deficit of 4 lakh crores. But look at the original situation. Government is having 6.5 lakh crores of revenue deficit. So when we look at this huge revenue deficit, we will feel defeated. What is this? Our government is having shortage. To pay salary only there is no money. For paying subsidies only there is no money. For paying the interest we are not having money. We will get that feeling by looking at this number. But in reality, that is not the case. To understand the reality, that is where you should know what is effective revenue deficit. So for understanding effective revenue deficit, let me take an analogy, example. So let me assume this grants part, this grants given So government is giving 3 lakh crores of grants. So central government is giving 3 lakh crore rupees of grants. See, remember, grants are gifts. Central government can give these grants for anyone. Okay, central government can give grants for anyone. I am assuming this entire 3 lakh crore rupees of grants. So I am assuming this entire 3 lakh crore rupees of grants, central government gives it to states. Okay, it gives it to states for the sake of better understanding. I will take a particular state. Let's take Maharashtra. Central government, I am assuming the central government is giving this entire 3 lakh crore rupees of grants to Maharashtra. And I am assuming this Maharashtra is using this entire 3 lakh crores for creating assets. They are constructing assets, they are constructing schools, colleges. So assets have been created. So what is my assumption? Central government is giving 3 lakh crore rupees grants to Maharashtra, that is to a state. And the Maharashtra, I am assuming the entire 3 lakh crores received, Maharashtra is using it for building the assets. This is my assumption. Okay. So when central government is giving this 3 lakh crore rupees to Maharashtra, then that is revenue expenditure for central government. Yes or no? One way expenditure. That is going to be revenue expenditure. Grants given. Central government is giving 3 lakh crores grants to states. 3 lakh crores is given to Maharashtra. That is revenue expenditure. Got it? Now Maharashtra is receiving that 3 lakh crores. So for Maharashtra government, when they receive, it is a grant, one way transaction. So it is going to be revenue receipt for Maharashtra. For Maharashtra it is revenue receipt. For central government it is revenue expenditure. For Maharashtra it is revenue receipt. Now the Maharashtra government, they use this money, they use this 3 lakh crores and they are building assets. That means what? They are doing capital expenditure. So central government is going for revenue expenditure, state government receives that revenue receipt, and state government using that money is doing capital expenditure. See, everything is assumption. As I said, this 3 lakh crore rupees, central government can give it for any purpose, but I am assuming it is coming to states. It can give it to any state. I am assuming it is given to Maharashtra. Maharashtra can use that money and they can do any expenditure, but I am assuming they are building assets. This entire 3 lakh crores, in the 3 lakh crores, maybe 2 lakh crores they can use it for revenue expenditure, 1 lakh crore they can use it for building assets. But in my example, I am assuming the entire 3 lakh crore rupees is being used for building the assets. Are you clear? So here, now if you look at it, this revenue expenditure, what central government has done, is not unproductive. It is not unproductive. That is resulting in creation of assets indirectly, though not directly. See, when we see two types of expenditure, revenue expenditure is unproductive. Capital expenditure is productive because capital expenditure is creating assets. That is good. Guna is buying a property. That is good. Guna is buying a car. That is good. Right? So, when I do a capital expenditure, that is fine. Revenue expenditure is not so great. Instead of living in a 10,000 rupees rented house, if I live in a 1 lakh rupees rented house, that is no returns for me. That is not investment. That is unproductive expenditure. But if I buy a land, that is productive expenditure. Revenue expenditure is unproductive. But look at this. Central government, yes, they are doing revenue expenditure. But indirectly, that revenue expenditure is resulting in creation of assets. So, this 3 lakh crore rupees is not waste. We assumed that this revenue expenditure, paying salary, paying subsidies, interest payments, grants given, everything is one way expenditure, no big returns. But however, on investigation we came to know central government has given 3 lakh crore rupees of grants. The 3 lakh crore rupees of grants has indirectly resulted in creation of assets, nation gets benefited. So while calculating revenue deficit, let us not take that grants part. Okay, let us remove that grants part. Which grants part? Those grants given to the states which resulted in asset formation. Only those grants we will remove it. In our example, this entire 3 lakh crores, that is given as grants to states which result in assets formation. So let's remove that grants part from the revenue deficit and then let's calculate it once again. So what we are going to do is, from our revenue deficit, let us remove those grants given to states, which resulted in creation of assets. So from my revenue deficit, I will remove those grants part which are given to the states which resulted in creation of assets. Only that part I will remove. Then that is called as effective revenue deficit. That is called as effective revenue deficit. So effective revenue deficit is equal to revenue deficit minus grants given to the states which resulted in creation of assets. Right? Very simple. We assume that entire revenue deficit, okay, it is huge, it is waste, government is spending a lot, but no. Some grants which are given to the state is creating assets, so that is useful only, that is good only, right? So look at the figures here. Revenue deficit is 6.5 lakh crores. Effective revenue deficit is 2.67 lakh crores. So let's assume like this, let us round it off. Let's say 2.7 lakh crores. So RD we know, ERD also we know. So what is the ERD? Effective revenue deficit is revenue deficit minus the grants given to those states which resulted in creation of assets. We know the formula. So we know what is the ERD amount, 2.7 lakh crores. We know what is the RD amount, 6.5 lakh crores. Now you tell me what is the grants given by the government. So what is the grants amount given by the government? Give in the comment section. In the comment section tell me, sir, this is the amount of grants which government is going to give it to the states that is going to result in formation of assets. Okay. I hope you got some clarity on this effective revenue deficit. See, so far in our budget basics, I explained about what is this budget estimate, revised estimate, actuals. I explained what is revenue receipt, capital receipt, all these components I explained. I explained what is fiscal deficit, what is revenue deficit. Now I have explained what is effective revenue deficit. In the next video, I will explain about what is primary deficit. Alright. I hope this series is useful. It is adding value to your preparation. Before I wind up, I have an announcement. So coming 12th of February, so in our Delhi campus, Devnath sir, we all know, our Devnath sir is giving a Prelims hackathon program for 5 days between 12th of February till 16th of February. Devnath sir in our Delhi campus is giving you 5-day Prelims hackathon program. So in that program, Devnath sir will be helping you with techniques which will be useful for finalizing the answer. Many students they struggle between choosing the options, right? They lose their prelims result because of 4 or 5 questions. So in that area, Devnath sir is helping you with techniques which can be useful to arrive at the answer. The course starts from 12th February, right? So the link, the announcement link, what is the course all about, that link will be given in the description, right? You can, if you're interested, you can join this course, it will be useful. Right friends, so I will meet you tomorrow with another topic. There is nothing but primary deficit. We will discuss about primary deficit in detail in the next topic. Till then, bye, take care.